to lose weight or keep it off despite diet and exercise? Are you experiencing sleep problems and fatigue? What about those uncontrollable sugar cravings? Are you tired of hearing your doctor telling you everything is normal? It's all in your head. You're just getting older. Learn to live with it. But you know that deep down inside, something just isn't right. Are you unclear on what to do next or who to trust? My name is Dr. Leona Allen, founder of Freedom Health Systems and author of A Journey to Healing. And I understand your frustration because I've been there. I know all about trying to juggle a demanding career with the responsibilities of family life, all while trying to prioritize your health. I've spent the past 20 years helping high-achieving women like you address the root cause of their chronic health problems, regain their health, and achieve more freedom in their health and their lives. But in 2011, I, like countless patients and clients of mine, was struggling, trying to juggle a demanding career with family and life responsibilities, and my health was suffering. After the birth of my second child, I was overweight and pre-diabetic with liver and gallbladder disease. But applying the same effective health systems that I have taught my clients and patients, I was able to naturally lose 70 pounds, reverse my chronic health conditions, age gracefully, and maintain a healthy weight ever since. I've seen the missing gaps in today's healthcare system, the confusion it brings, and the crippling side effects that comes as a result of reliance on medications that don't bring about real health improvement. That's why I created this system that, once applied, radically helps you push through the tough barriers so that you can normalize your blood sugar levels, obtain your ideal weight, and have more energy and focus naturally. You might be thinking, can I really make a change in my health? Or is it too late? Let me assure you, it's never too late to become the healthiest version of yourself. And yes, you can make this change, because this time you will not have to figure it out alone. I put together a transformational 5-day virtual experience called the Metabolic Reset Challenge. This challenge isn't just about losing weight. It's about a health transformation where we go beyond generic advice, and I teach you the same system with tailored, actionable steps for you to take each day that will help you unlearn habits that have kept you stagnant in your health journey and instill the principles that have revolutionized the lives of myself and hundreds of women like you. Each day of the challenge is designed to equip you with the knowledge and courage to make informed decisions. You'll learn how to create healthy habits and be consistent with them despite your busy schedule, how to decipher health information, and how to fuel your body for longevity. By the end of the challenge, you'll have practical strategies for burning body fat, conquering cravings, reducing inflammation, and supercharging your metabolism so that your body naturally works for you, not against you. The Metabolic Reset Challenge is your blueprint for a lifetime of vibrant health. So if you're ready to combat fatigue, conquer sugar cravings, lose weight, and rewrite your health story, click below right now to join me and other like-minded women in the Metabolic Reset Challenge. Listen, you've been the rock of your family, juggling your career and nurturing while backseat to nurture yourself. You face the confusion of contradictory health advice, the disappointment of diets and workout plans that don't work, and the fear of chronic illness creeping in. I've seen and lived your struggles. I've heard your desires, and I've created this transformational space just for you. Don't let another day slip by wishing for a change, second-guessing your path to thriving health, and making the same promises to yourself year after year. Secure your spot now in the Metabolic Reset Challenge and commit to showing up and doing the work to take control of your health in 2024 and beyond. I'll see you in the challenge. Hello, hello. Can everyone hear me okay? I decided to get a little fancy today and share my screen. So if those of you have been with previous lives, you know me and technology. So can everybody just put in the chat? Because the last time I did a live a couple of weeks ago, the sound quality was horrible and nobody told me. Okay. So while I was playing that video, I tried to do some checks on my end, but I want to make sure that you can hear on your end. So go ahead and put in the comments, just, say hello or something to let me know everything is okay. Look at me getting fancy, changing screens and stuff. Everybody good? Everybody good? Let me know where you're from, where you're listening from, and all that. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Everything good? Well, I'm going to keep going, okay? I'm going to assume everything is all right because on my end, everything was good. But welcome. I'm Dr. Leona Allen, and this is Ask Dr. Leona Live. And, I'll show up on Fridays at 7 o'clock. Last week, I wasn't here. It was a holiday weekend, and plus I needed that time to just really rest my mind. Sometimes I got to do that, take some time off. And I did that, got some rest, so I'm ready to go. So a lot going on, a lot to share today. And, this platform is mainly on this live is mainly to answer a lot of questions. But as you saw in that video, I do have an event coming up. So I'm going to answer that question and the questions that I get and how it applies to that event, because I'm going to tie it in, because a lot of the questions that many of you ask are in that event. It's an online 5-day event based on a lot of the questions that you ask. So again, I'm not going to just talk about the event fully. I'm just going to talk more about how it evolved and what's in it, because that's actually some of the questions that I've gotten. Because if you're in my email list, you may have gotten emails regarding the event, and I've gotten people question me about if I'm in Texas, can I do it, and all that good stuff. And the answer is yes, because it is an online challenge. Okay, so that's very important to know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in and incorporate a lot of the questions that I get and how I made a challenge out of it. Got it? So once again, I'm gonna try one more time. People are being shy, don't want me to know that they're there, but I just want to make sure that you hear me okay. If I don't get a reply, that means I'm just going to assume that you can hear me, and then I'm just devastated when I hear the playback and then there's nothing there. Okay. Well, eventually somebody will come through, whether you're live, replay, welcome, welcome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I always say I'm not going to keep you long, but I'm just going to go straight to the point and share what I need to share and go from there. But first of all, for those of you who don't know me, let me just introduce myself. My name is Dr. Leona Allen. I am founder of Freedom Health Systems. And my mission is to really help women over 40 reset their metabolism and achieve more freedom in their health and their life. And what I mean by that is when we get to a certain age, we're dealing with a lot of conditions. That's why I love this age group, because that's when my body started, quote unquote, breaking down. And then when I started to understand, it wasn't because I was getting older or anything like that. That's a part of it. But a lot of it comes from how we treat our bodies and how it functions and how we take care of it. So, of course, if you take care of your body for a longer period of time, you started at a younger age, you may feel better in your 40s and 50s. But some of us are just getting started at this age, where for me, it caught my attention after the birth of my children. So my children are now one of them's almost 13 and the other one is 16. But when my 16-year-old was born is when a lot of my issues revealed itself. And for those who don't already know, I was 70 pounds overweight. I was pre-diabetic. I had gallbladder disease. I had fatty liver disease. I dealt with fatigue, headaches. I had gestational diabetes. I was dealing with blood pressure. I had all the things that a lot of the women that I work with complain about. But what happens is when we go to our doctors and we're asked what's going on, more than likely they tell you eat right, exercise, and take a pill. And me, already in this space for over 20 years, I didn't go that route. I didn't use medication. I didn't go to have any surgeries or anything like that. So what I did do was start looking for the cause of the problem. because I can imagine how you guys feel because I'm educated in this stuff and I got confused. So I can only imagine what you go through. So that's the purpose of the challenge, is to really get rid of the clutter and get rid of the confusion and let you have more clarity, because it is hard to heal if you're confused. It is hard to heal if you don't know what's right and what's not. So we got to understand that if we're coming from a place where we don't have the right information, it is going to be difficult to overcome a lot of the issues that we have. And a lot of the things that I see are the things that I had: diabetes. Like I said before, I already said it. Weight issues, high blood pressure, all that. But more of my blood pressure issues was during the pregnancy, but that's the only thing that went away after I had the children. But the other things didn't. And the thing was, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I had to learn this outside of my degrees. I had to learn this outside of school. And I had to learn from other health professionals that went through the same thing. I had to hire a doctor to help me out and figure out what I didn't know. So sometimes we just have to humble ourselves and just realize we don't know. And we have to be willing to seek the information. But once you know the foundation of what health is, what a healthy metabolism is, then it's easy to look at different programs and determine, okay, this will work for me and this won't. You may even find that my programs won't work for you, and that's okay. But that's why I'm doing this. So you get to know who I am, how I operate, and how I educate, and how I help other women, and just give you the information that you need to make a decision on whether I'm the doctor for you or the coach for you or not. Is that fair? So just hear me out. Learn some information. If anything, you'll get something out of the information that I'm sharing with you today. Okay. Just know that foundation and knowing what truth is, you'll understand what truth isn't. So the things that I go by are principles that don't change. These aren't fads that come and go. These are the things that stay the same. They last. They don't change at all. So a lot of things I started doing over 20 years ago have not changed. Yes, I've incorporated, and yes, I've grown into lots of things, but just know that the foundation, what health is, does not change, and what causes disease does not change. It's our responsibility to find out what's causing it and understanding what we need to do to resolve it. But that's where the confusion is, and I get that. So what I'm going to do is, because this challenge starts Sunday, I'm going to answer the questions around the challenge, because it's starting in a couple days. A lot of the questions can be answered in the next 5 days because it's a lot going on. And what I'm going to break down is all the things that you can learn and incorporate in the next 5 days. Okay. So the thing is scrolling on the bottom, the metabolicresetchallenge.com. And what I'm going to do is share my screen again. Okay. And I'm not sure if, I'm assuming you can see me. Yeah, I think you can see me. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. Hopefully this is working. All right. If it's not, I'm sure someone would tell me by now. But what I'm going to do is share the screen and then walk through the things that are important to understand. Okay. All right. So let me do this. Get out of here. 1 second. Here it is. All right. I'm not techie, so I'm horrified right now. Just hoping everything works out great. So let me make this side bigger. All right, I'm just laughing at myself because I'm a great doctor, I'm a great healer, but I am not good at this. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But it is starting on July 14th to July 18th, and I'm going to explain all the details. It's from 7 to 9, but there's a general session in the VIP. But what I'm going to do is just share the general information and answer a lot of your questions at the same time. So just think about it. Just sit in this place and hear me out here and just realize, is this you? You know, you're in the right place if, despite your efforts with diet and exercise, you can't seem to lose weight. Okay. You just feel like everything's out of control and you just can't get a grip on it. All right. This is for you. You need to listen to this live today. And other things that you may be going through, that may sound familiar with you, is you may be The doctor may have told you may need to get on medications or you may need surgery. That's a lie. I had a client recently that I still work with her, and she joined the program because she did not want gallbladder surgery. So with this metabolic reset, not the challenge per se, she did more of the program, and I've worked for her for several months. And what we did was heal her gallbladder, and she avoided surgery. So these are the things that get our attention. It's like we go through life not really paying attention to how it affects us physically, mentally, and emotionally until we get that scare. So sometimes, in a perfect world, we want to make sure we handle that before it happens. But unfortunately, a lot of us wait until we get that big scare. So if you're that person, you don't want to be dependent on medications and you don't want to undergo surgery, again, you're in the right place because a lot of what's going on is a metabolic issue. And I'm going to share what that is in a minute. Other things that are going on with a lot of you is that you're getting a lot of conflicting health advice from different sources. So this person is saying keto, this person's saying low carb, this person's saying carnivore, this person's saying plant-based. I get it. Okay. There's so many different things. And the truth is, some of these have some good to it and some of them don't. So we got to know how to pick and choose what works for us. You might be 80% plant-based and 20% keto or something like that, or meat-based, okay? Or you might be better off at a 50-50. But what we got to do is understand what our bodies need because there's no one size fits all. We got to find the plan that works for you. And thank you for the person in the chat for finally telling me that you can see me and hear me okay. I've been waiting for that. So thank you so much. But these are the things that we need to see. Where are you? Because if you're not honest with knowing where you are right now, it's going to be very hard to figure out where you're going to go. It's like having a GPS, right? And you're about to go somewhere and you put in the destination. The GPS has to know where you are currently before it could tell you where to go. And a lot of you are wandering around in this health space, going in circles and not getting anywhere. So really the first part is to know where you are and where you want to go. Okay? Some other things you may be going through is you're struggling. You're on a health regimen. You may be in a place where you're doing the things that you know you need to do. You're eating cleaner. You're getting rid of the processed food and the sugars. You're just having a hard time maintaining it. All right. That is a big one because consistency is key. So we got to get to those underlying issues as to why you can't maintain it. Or some of you may just be, I saw my mother suffer from cancer. I saw my dad suffer from diabetes. My sister has autoimmune disease. I don't want to go through a lot of these things. And that's a possibility as well. And that was really my thing that got into the work that I do now. I've been doing this for a long time before I got really sick, thankfully. And then when I got sick, I knew kind of where to look. But some of us are on this journey because we're not sick yet, but we know what can happen if we do. And then there's just this daily battle with so many other things. You may be battling with pain, fatigue, cravings, responsibilities, stress, you name it. But just know that there is something that's hindering you right now. There's a reason why you're here hanging out with me on a Friday night to get answers to your health. So let me know in the chat where you are in life. What are you trying to look for? What are you trying to overcome? And let's have a talk about it. That's the purpose of these lives. For those who are listening to me now, being live, you have the opportunity to put in a question or a comment, and I can respond all this on the spot. Okay. All right. So a lot of this process or this metabolic reset challenge is 5 days long. And what I do is cover some of these big hurdles in our lives. And one of them is that we've been lied to. All right. All the lies. We've been told to have 3 meals a day and snacks. We've been told that diet beverages are okay. We've been told that artificial sweeteners are okay. How about the low calorie, exercise more diet? We've been told to eat all these grains. I mean, there's so many confusing information out there that we need to overcome. And not all of them are lies. Some of them are just pretty misleading. Some of them are full out lies, and I can't really get too deep in this platform. When we get into the Metabolic Reset Challenge, it's kind of unfiltered, where I really share a lot of the things that people don't know, because a lot of the information that we need to know is suppressed and it's hard to understand. But inside this challenge, I kind of let loose a little bit and tell you like it is, so you can understand why we have so many things stacked against us. You got that? So we have been lied to and deceived, and it's hard to heal. You know, what I like to tell people is lies kill and the truth heals. So we got to know, what side are you on? And just know that we have to believe the same way, that the direction we want to go into. Does that make sense? So if you've try different things, and then you work with me or go to the challenge and you know, oh my gosh, I've been believing this lie for a long time. No wonder. This is what I get over and over again. Some of you have been believing the lies and have been struggling year after year because you thought that lie was true. Okay. So there's so many truths that we need to be aware of. I'm not going to go through this word for word, but just know that, you know, there is a truth. And especially for, you know, women of color, it's just like things that we were told don't work for us. So we got to understand that a lot of things are different. A lot of these illnesses respond in our bodies a lot different than other races. And people ask me that all the time. Does insulin resistance and diabetes respond differently in our bodies? And yes, from clinical experience, I have seen that. It does affect us differently. And I've seen that over and over and over again. So I'll be sharing that, as well as why some certain things are different, because a lot of the numbers and standards that are given aren't based on us. Okay. I'm just going to keep it right there. So metabolic, let's talk about metabolic and what that is. And like I said, we don't even understand what metabolism is. And no, it's not eating whatever you want and not gain weight. Metabolism is how our body functions. So when your body is digesting, that is a metabolic process. When your body is detoxing, that is a metabolic process. When you're digesting food, when you're breathing, you know, when you're sweating, when all these things happen, these are all metabolic processes, and they're actually triggered by what you put in your body. So the purpose of eating is to provide your body with vitamins, minerals, proteins, carbs, and fats. All of these things are required so your body can function. These are all kind of like keys to the temple, so to speak. So if your body isn't getting these things, the equipment and the tools that it needs to function, the result is illness. So what happens is, a lot of us don't feel the way we do, or a lot of us feel the way we do because of the things that we put in, on, and around our bodies. Okay. So I'm not going to get into the details in this live, but just know these are some of the things that you need to understand in order to get healthy. So I'm sharing this about metabolic syndrome. And again, it's on the website if you want to look at it closer. I'm just going through the highlights because I know a lot of people don't look at this. We want, we just stroll at it quickly. But I want y'all to see this and see how important it is to really consider joining this, because I'm pouring out so much in these next 5 days. Well, you'll learn more than probably a lot of the population doesn't know. Because if the population knew this, we wouldn't have such an epidemic of obesity and diabetes and things like that. Okay. But most of you are familiar with the term metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome, the reason why I'm sharing it, it's not, I use this word because it's the word that many of you are familiar with, but it's really just a cluster of 5 risk factors. And what those are is abdominal obesity, high blood pressure, high fasting triglycerides, which is associated with diabetes and poor glucose metabolism, things like that. Low HDL, which many of you know is low, the good cholesterol, I'm sorry, and high fasting glucose. So some of you may have had 1 or 2, but what they call metabolic syndrome is you have at least 3. But I go way deeper than that, where I talk about the root cause of each one of these. If you have 1, that's enough. You need to heal. Why are you obese? Why do you have high blood pressure? Why do you have high fasting triglycerides? Why do you have high fasting glucose? Why do you have low HDL? Why do you have headaches? Why? We need to get to the root cause. It's not just, oh, I have three, I have metabolic syndrome. It's great. Now you know what you have. What are you going to do about it? And I would say the majority of people in this country have some sort of metabolic dysfunction, okay? But it's not talked about. There's 5 here, but there's also thousands of others that I can relate. Well, maybe not. Well, it probably is thousands. But for example, headache is a metabolic issue. Fatigue is a metabolic issue. Bloating, gas, they're metabolic issues. So we got to think that way. But no, we're in this position where we either try to live with it or cover it up with, medications, pills, over the counter prescriptions, whatever. But what happens is it just masks it, but it doesn't go away, and it resurfaces, or these solutions have side effects, and then you end up being on something else for that. So I wanted to share that so you can understand what true metabolism is and what metabolic health looks like, and why this is called the metabolic reset, because it's like push the button. We got to unlearn a lot of the stuff that we have learned, and we have to start resetting not just our bodies, but our minds, so we can start to take new action, so we can get new results. Because some of you have been going on this circle, this roller coaster over and over and over again. And I'm just here, I'm looking at you guys like this, right? Okay. And I'm just trying to catch you. So you can say, all right, I'm finally off. Now what can we do? So let's just get off the roller coaster and let's start getting on this path to resetting our metabolism. You got it? So a lot of great stats here. I got 2 screens. That's why I'm looking this way. All right. I'm getting fancy. Y'all. I got the 2 screens and everything. I'm like so proud of myself. But anyway, we say here 1 in 3 adults have metabolic syndrome, but for Black women approaching age 50, all right, here we are, reset over 40. That number jumps to 1 in 2. 1 in 2. All right. So these illnesses do affect us more. And I know why. And I'm going to get into that in the reset challenge, because it's so much. And I want to say it behind closed doors. I want to say it in a place where I could just really say what I need to say. All right. And so we can understand what is really going on and why these numbers look this way. But yeah, metabolic syndrome is closely linked to obesity and a lot of these illnesses that you come to me with today. So I wish I can give you all a pop quiz, but when I see you in the challenge, we're going to have some like back and forth stuff, so we make sure you're learning this stuff. But if you have high blood pressure, prediabetes, diabetes, hormonal, hot flashes, all these things, we have to look at your metabolism, because it's not that you're a certain age that you're feeling this way. How you're responding in your 40s and 50s really is the result of how you treated yourself for the last couple decades, period. It's like a car. I love this analogy. My car is almost 10, 15 years. How old is my car? My car is about 11 years old, but it still looks brand new because I take care of it. That's how our bodies are. If you take care of it, it won't age as quickly. Yeah, I take care of the maintenance. I wash it. I wax it. I keep it vacuumed. I keep it in a garage. I take care of it. It still runs like it did 11 years ago. The body's the same way. So here you are, you've been abusing your body year after year after year. You turn 41 and you're like, what happened? We have to look at how we treated ourselves. And some of us aren't willing to look back that way. And I know some of it's our fault, but some of it is because we didn't know better. And just realize that when you know better, you do better. So this challenge is about getting you to know better so you can do better, so that your next decade of life can be a whole lot better. So really my goal is that you don't become a statistic. And that's me. You see this here. I was 70. I keep saying 80. I think I was 80 when I had the baby. And then when he was born, I lost an instant 10 pounds. So that was nice. So I was 70 pounds overweight. And I shared already, I suffered with a lot of underlying health conditions. Okay. And it took time. Okay. This was not a quick fix because a lot of people ask me, how long did it take you? And it took me probably to lose all the weight about a year. Okay. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I don't have a year. But what happened is it took time. Okay. It didn't, I lost the weight over time. It was 5 pounds 1 month, 10 pounds another, 2 pounds another. Three, it just varied based on what I was doing. Because what you got to understand is what it takes to lose the first 20 pounds, because that's what happens. Many of you lose weight, get on this plateau, and then you don't know what else to do. And that's what happened to me. I got on the diet, right? Or not the diet. I hate the word diet, but I started eating better as when I was healing my body. I was pre-diabetic, so I just got rid of all the simple sugars and the the carbs, right? And that helped me lose about 20 pounds quickly. Because a lot of people ask me how I did it. And then it plateaued. I'm like, what's going on? I was always physically fit. I did all the exercises. I was already on supplements, right? But that's when I got deeper. It was about improving my metabolic health. So sometimes when we do something, we may stop a lot of our illnesses in the tracks or keep it from progressing worse. But I'm talking about healing. I'm talking about reversal. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. So not only did I lose weight, I healed my liver, I healed my gallbladder, I healed my digestive system, and I feel younger now than I did 10, goodness, I lose track, 16 years ago, I guess, because this boy right here that you see, and that I'm holding, he's 16 now. So, I'm a different person than I was back then. So, when you do something like this, you got to be ready. There is a lot to this, but you really got to put in the work. That's why I'm spending the time doing this. Because if you really invest the time and the money to do this, you got to put in the work. It's not one of those kind of sit back, and watch. This is very interactive. You get homework, you get workbooks, you get lots of things to help you really apply this stuff. And I'm going to tell you the different levels in just a minute. But I just really wanted to focus on what you are getting, because I know there's a lot of challenges and programs out there. And you might be thinking, well, how is this different? Well, this is why it's different, because I'm going to give you some real information. And I didn't pull up, maybe the testimonials are on the website, but I actually had people get results that week, making some of these changes. They applied, they did the work. So when you go to the website, you will see some testimonials, but they put in the work and saw changes within that week. So it does happen. Okay. I'm not saying you're going to lose 100 pounds in 5 days, but just letting you know that you will see change if you apply the information that you'll be learning. So you got to be ready, to just be in that mindset to gain the confidence, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the tools. You got to be willing to do it and also apply it. Okay. So I just wanted to give you some of that, kind of answer the questions that are answered during this challenge. And now I'm going to go through some of the tactical stuff. Okay. What's really going to happen. So you'll get expert guidance from me. It's going to be me doing it. It's not a recording you're going to get. It's not this at your own pace kind of thing. No, it's like a boot camp. All right. So just get ready. If some of you are in this chat and, and not in the chat, in this live, because some of you told me you're going to join me tonight, and you know what's required. It's not like, it's just, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, it's like not a recording. It's really taking the notes and getting the work done. And those of you that know me know that I'm going to give you some work to do. So let me keep going. I'm moving. I feel like my mouth and my brain is at different paths right now, but you're going to get, let me just focus. You're going to get guidance from me. Like I said, it's not pre-recorded. It is live. Okay. And then you're actually going to have notebooks that you can refer to in the process. You're going to get steps. So for every day of the 5 days, you're going to get some steps that you need to apply. And I'm going to tell you right now, those who applied the steps saw results. Those who showed up every day got results. So don't do it and then just think you're just going to watch all 5 days at the end or something like that. No, I encourage you to commit to the time. If you miss a day or two, I'm going to go into the options in just a moment, but I just want to tell you how important it is. And the best part, the part I love the most is the community support. Absolutely amazing. It's a Facebook group that's involved. You get to work with each other, share each other's wins. So, for those of you who are already in challenge and are watching because you want to know what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. All right. So it is a 5-day commitment. So it's 1 hour. Okay. There's general and VIP. So this part's important if some of you are already logging in. So general is the training. You get the workbook and you get the replay during the 5 days. Okay. You'll have access to that for a limited time for the replays. And there's some other bonuses as well for those who sign up. I'll give you access to one of my popular courses, the sugar course, for those who sign up. And what else? Well, it's an hour. Okay. And it's really focused on what's in the workbook. And then the second hour. So if you're general, it's going to go from 7 to 8. But for VIP, it's going to go from 7 to 9. So what happens in that hour from 8 to 9 is the more in-depth Q&A directly with me. We get to have a conversation. You have questions about the homework and you need extra guidance and resources. That's what that's for. So where the general session is more the presentation and explaining the homework and answering general questions, where the VIP is where you get more of the hands-on training with me. Okay. So for those of you who are in general and want to upgrade to VIP, in your email, you should have a link because there is still time if you want to join us in the VIP room. Very impactful. Last time I had one challenge, everybody was VIP. It was awesome. We had a good group. It was awesome. Lots of fun in the VIP room. Okay. So really there's a lot. It's a lot of full days, a lot of information. It's not fluffy at all. I know because I've heard some amazing feedback. This is my 5th one, and the feedback has been absolutely amazing. So again, we start on Sunday. And again, I've been in these streets for a long time and doing this for a long time. So these are clients that I have worked with. Okay. And just more information about the challenge. Like I said, I think I put it all out there for you to see so you can make a decision. Okay, so it's already 7:40. I was planning on going about 45 minutes to an hour today. But what I'm going to do, my purpose of today's challenge was to answer the questions that I get for people that are still on the fence and are interested. Okay, that's why I decided to do this, because I was getting so many emails from people that were like, what if I miss a day? So let me answer that question. So if you do miss a day, in general, you will get access to the replays in the Facebook group. And then I allow it for the time of the challenge. Okay. And I usually allow an extra couple days, like a long weekend, so you have some time to review it. The VIPs get access to it for life. Okay. So if you're a VIP and you miss a day or two, I still encourage you to come live. But if you're VIP, not only do you get access to all the replays and the sugar course, as General does get as well, but there's some other courses that the VIPs get as well. 2 other courses. One is called Food or Poison, which talks about the poison in our food and the chemicals and what to look out for. And another course the VIPs get is called Supplement or Sabotage, because guess what? Some of our supplements are toxic too. So I go into that as well. So like I said, this is information that I have been accumulating for years, and I'm packaging to share it with you. So you don't have to, I'm trying to give it a shortcut for you. Because yeah, you can Google and find all this stuff. But again, it's going to keep you on that roller coaster because it's confusing out there. I tried to Google myself just to see what you guys are seeing. I'm like, no wonder. Because if you don't know what to look for, it's going to be hard to find. Okay. I'm just going to put it right there. Keep it right there. All right, let me keep going. So here's a recap of the 5 days. Day 1, reset your mindset. Again, where I get into the lies and the real enemy
that's going on in our health, in our lives, and really what it takes and what getting to the root system, the root problem looks like. Okay. So you really got to get your mind right for this type of healing, because we're in such a society where we're very passive, and we got to put some work in. We got to stop being fearful. We got to get bold when it comes to this and start doing what it takes, because we put so many excuses above our health and our lives. And that just breaks my heart, where it's like it has to be our priority, and we got to be willing to do what it takes and find a way, because after our health is gone, it's hard to get back if it gets too far. There is a place where you can reverse it. And if you're listening to me right now, more than likely you're in that place where we can turn this stuff around. But there is a place in this phase where there is a place of no return. Sometimes this happened to my mother. She died of breast cancer, but we tried to save her. But the thing is, she was too far gone that nothing can help her. All right. And I don't want that for you. We're mothers, we're sisters, we're daughters, and we really got to get serious about what our health is and stop taking it for granted and start putting it off. And this is what this challenge is for the people that know that this is important. This isn't a challenge to change your mind at all. This is a challenge for people that are looking for this. And if you've been looking for the answers, you need to be a part of this. And I guarantee you will not be disappointed. So that's day one. So day two is about sugars, because I know that's a huge barrier for a lot of our problems. Okay. So we got to learn how to get a handle on the sugars and the hidden sugars that are out there. Because some of you might say, well, I don't eat a lot of candy. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of hidden sugars. There's sugars in just about everything now. And if you're not aware of what that is, you're going to keep figuring out what's going on. You might be thinking in your mind that you eat well, you eat healthy, you go to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, but you still have a hard time losing weight or getting your health back. And I will explain why that's happening. So yeah, Whole Foods has genetically modified foods. Whole Foods has sugar in their foods. Whole Foods has all kinds of stuff. So we got to understand what we're eating. Okay. And then day three, oh my goodness, ladies, I get it. We're trying to get our health back, but we're taking care of a household. We're taking care of children, maybe grandchildren. I had my children late, so my son calls me grandma, mama. But, some of us may be grandparents. Some of us may be taking care of some adult children. Who knows? Some of us are taking care of our parents. We may be running business or working out of someone else's business. Some of us are retired and are still huge caregivers and taking care of everybody else and don't have time for ourselves. So just know that I get it. And in day three, we talk about some solutions around it. We have to learn how to find time for us, even when things seems to be spiraling out of control. So I'll be talking about some effective techniques that'll help you overcome that. And also recording your markers. And in past sessions, this was actually the favorite day. They were all good days, but a lot of people love this one because we actually talked about what are some of the labs or the markers you need to pay attention to. And I'm going to share this much. A lot of them are not taken, or I guess a lot of doctors aren't really looking at these markers in your exams. So sometimes if you don't know something is off, how would you know to take care of it? Because some of you are eating things and taking certain over-the-counter supplements and following this remedy and that remedy and have no idea what your blood work looks like. And that's the best way to look at our metabolism. We got to look at the blood. We got to look at your body and how it's functioning and what your deficiencies are. Your body needs certain minerals and vitamins and electrolytes and proteins and all these things. And if your body's lacking something, your body will suffer. And some of you have never had a comprehensive blood panel to really understand that. So in day 4, we go through the different markers. And what I have some of you do is take the labs you have. Some of you do have labs that you've gotten from your doctors. So bring them in. So, in general, you have to you'll have the resources to study it yourself. But in VIP, I actually go through them with you. So that's why VIP is very powerful, because I'll help you with that as well. All right. And then day 5 is rebuilding your systems, where we put it all together. Because what's happening is we try one thing, it doesn't work. We try another thing, it doesn't work. Maybe that one thing did work and that thing did work. The problem is you didn't do it together. This is what we got to understand. You need systems. Systems is key. My business is Freedom Health Systems. We need systems. We need to put systems together. This isn't a system. When I feel like it, I'll do it. It's not a system. After my birthday, I'll do it. That's not a system either. All right. When it's easy, I'll do it. That's not a system. Health has to be created. We have to be able to put things in place to be successful at it. We have to start to create an environment, create a mindset shift, do all these things to make it work. And that's what we talk about in day 5. What are the tools that you need? What are the strategies you need to make it happen? Okay. And like I said, I've been doing this 20 years and I'm still evolving, still growing, still adding things. But when I do this challenge with you, there's like a questionnaire that you all fill out. And for those who are have already joined and you get the questionnaire, or if you haven't gotten it, you will get it. Complete it, because this helps me see who I'm working with. And what happens is the challenge is catered to the people I'm working with. So yeah, I have my 5 days that I'll cover, but then I'll also tweak it to match the audience. And that's the great part. So make sure you fill out those surveys so I can answer those concerns that you have. So I'm excited talking about it. Like I said, it's my 5th time doing it, and it just gets better and better. And just know that I'm gonna put all my energy into this. If you think I'm hyper now, just wait. But there's so much going on. And like I said, there's a lot more going on in the site. You can learn a lot more about me. So go through it. Okay. More testimonials. And these are the prices. It's normally when you sign in. Okay. It says 97, but when you sign in, there's still an early bird discount where you will get, and it ends Saturday night. Okay. So it's $97 if you wait till after Saturday. But when you sign in before then, there's going to be a pop-up that shows up, and you'll be able to save $50 off general session. So it'll be $47 for general. And then you'll have the option to upgrade to VIP, where you get all the other goodies, and the site will review what I just shared with you. And that will be an additional $97 for the extra time that you'll have with me, where I'll give you some more personal attention to go through some of your concerns, like your food diary, your tests, your labs, and things like that. You're going to have questions. I know you will, because those who did VIP loved it. Okay. And you also get those extra courses. So that adds up to about $144 total for VIP, but general only is $47 if you do get your ticket before midnight tomorrow night. After that, the price will go up, and I get it every time. Sunday morning. I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm a woman of my word, because it's to encourage people to sign up and make that decision. Okay. So I want to reward y'all for making a decision. But after that, I'm already getting ready. I'm looking through all the questionnaires, and I'm getting ready for starting Sunday night. So if you wait to the last minute, I want to focus on the people that committed. Got it? So that's how I am. I'm pretty straightforward. I want to handle some business, and I love working with people that wants to handle their business as well. Okay. So that's about it. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over. I already covered who the challenge is for in the beginning. Again, this is not for you if you're looking for a quick fix. You just want to be passive in your journey, and you just want to, listen in. I mean, you can listen, that's fine. but you may not get the results you want if you're not willing to do the work. And you're not going to get any results if you only listen to one day and don't listen to the other 4 days. So just say, you know what? I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to listen to the information and apply the homework. All right. How much? I already shared that. I believe you already know how it's different from other courses. Like I said, there's a lot of free things out there, but what makes it different is it's specifically designed to metabolic health. It's specific for women over 40, and you have that support of community, and it's really going to help get rid of a lot of those blind spots that a lot of you have. And, I'm confident in knowing what your blind spots are. I see them over and over again. Some of you may feel alone in your journey and in your struggle, but believe it or not, it's more common than you know. But as women, we just don't like to share it. We don't like to talk about it. But yes, I get it. And I've been there. And really, you're going to have some breakthroughs in these days we have together. All right. So I broke down how the 5 days are broken down, and how you'll be getting direct feedback from me. So remember, it's more general, where you get to maybe put in questions in the chat in the Facebook group, but it's the VIP that are actually going to get to have the conversations and more of the one-on-one training. All right. So that's the way it is. That's the way it's designed. That's the way it works. So if general's like, oh man, I want some of that attention, well, go ahead and upgrade. There's still time. Okay. Because it's like getting one-on-one coaching with me, one session, 1 hour is anywhere from $200 to $500. So if you can get it for a $97 upgrade, hey, there's some value in that, where I can help you go through a lot of these things. Okay. So there is a benefit to upgrading. Okay. Because if you did it outside of that, you're looking at least, you know, at least at minimum $200 to speak to me. Okay. All right. So that's why I'm doing this. It really opens the doors to a lot of people that don't know me and just want to, you know, figure me out, get to know me a little bit, because I know that working with a coach or doctor is personal, and you want to work with someone that you resonate with, someone that gets you, someone that understands you. So that's why this is for women over 40. And men be like, will you work with men? Yes, I do. But when it comes to doing events like this, it is directed towards women over 40, because that's what happened to me. That's my story. That's what I can relate to. So it's like, I'm you and you're me. I get you. All right. So I don't see any questions in the chat. It's really quiet tonight. I know it's a Friday night. I usually get a lot of, let's see, where's a place where you can sign up here. Anyway, you can go online and register. But this is just a chance. I know this is a Friday night, but this is kind of when things are quiet for me. I run a busy practice. I'm a mother of 2 boys. So this is usually the time that works best for me. So whether you're live, I encourage y'all to put questions in the chat. If not, put them in the comment section afterwards. I will look at them. And for those of you that are in the challenge, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Make sure you look at your emails, check your spam folders. A lot of my emails do go to spam because it's a business email, I guess. So check your spam folders for the updates, the links, and all that. And also for those of you who are going to be joining me in the next couple days, make sure you check your spam as well for all your information to get ready for this challenge. So I look forward to meeting a lot of you. For those who are already in, those who are going to join, I do look forward to meeting each and every one of you. And I just pray that, you come out differently than you did, 5 days later than you are, come out a different person 5 days from now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close. Again, thank you for joining me this Friday night, and I will see you next Friday to answer your questions. So if you have any other questions, again, I was focusing on the challenge for this night's event, but in the future, I talk about general things in regards to our health for women over 40. So please submit your questions. Let me know what you need help with. And until next time, y'all go out there and achieve more freedom in your health and your life. Good night, and I'll see my challenge ladies on Sunday, and I'll see the rest of you when I see you. Good night and take care.